My girlfriend of 2 years won't forgive me for cheating on my ex-fiancé and I'm at a loss. I'm just gonna jump in. Background: so I know this sub often quotes, "Once a cheater, always a cheater." I agree and disagree at the same time. I 28M cheated on my ex-fiancé 28F when I was 24. I had recently found out after my mother passed, that she was not actually my mother, but my grandmother. My junkie sister who OD'd when I was 15 was actually my bio mom. My fiancée at the time, Alma, told me that I needed to get over it because there was nothing I could do. She stopped wanting to talk to me even if it was about her day and I felt emasculated constantly. She refused to have sex for months at a time and I withdrew. We both stopped trying but neither of us were ready to let go as we were high school sweethearts and were afraid of being without each other. Long story short, I had a one-night stand. In the moment it felt nice that someone was interested in me, and found me sexually attractive, and then it felt like someone dropped a boulder on me. I told Alma immediately the day after and we split up. I am by no means proud of myself for cheating. I felt sick to my stomach looking at myself and took a year to reevaluate my life. I moved apartments, hit the gym, ate better, tried Buddhism, and now I feel better. Alma and I even got together after the year to talk things out. She apologized for pulling away and I apologized for cheating. We forgive each other. We'll never be great friends again, but I feel better knowing that we won't cringe when we see the other person. I met my now girlfriend, Sasha 27F, at a mutual friend's party. I got her number and we really hit it off. When we broached the conversation about past relationships, I told her what happened between me and Alma. I told her that if she had any questions or if this made her feel uncomfortable then to let me know. She seemed fairly understanding, though she had never cheated or been cheated on, and we continued to have a wonderful relationship. We moved in together in November. Now-ish. About the end of February she started to become increasingly curious about the cheating. She asked me if the one-night stand and I ever talked after, if she knew I had a fiancé, if Alma wanted to try and work things out, if I ever tried to get with other women in relationships, etc. I answered her honestly to all and let her know that if she's concerned that I'm going to cheat again I'll keep my electronics and such open to her. Things seemed to be alright, for a bit, until I noticed that Sasha was compulsively going through my electronics. She didn't ask me any more questions regarding my infidelity but just became very jealous and controlling. For example, 3 weeks ago I had to take my computer to the shop because it had been acting buggy. Come to find out that a keylogger of some sort had been installed on my computer. I brought this up to Sasha and she asked why I took my computer in, that it worked fine for her, and that maybe it downloaded when I went onto some porn site. Another example would be Alma messaging me on Facebook last week wondering why I sent her and another girl from high school text messages. I had no idea what she was talking about and she sent me screen caps from a cell phone number that's obviously mine. The texts weren't inappropriate, but obviously out of place. They just tried to strike up a conversation but were obviously not done in my tone. Again I asked Sasha and she seemed genuinely clueless and baffled. I checked my online account and it confirmed that the messages were sent from my phone. Yesterday Sasha and I went out to celebrate her friend Danielle's promotion. When Sasha went to the bathroom Danielle brought up cheating. She told me about this ex that cheated on her all the time and cheated in all of his relationships. Once a cheater, you know? I told her that for some people that's true, but I think once a cheater should be reflective of the relationship that someone cheated in. I always know Alma will see me as a cheater. I can't take that away, but I never want to cheat again. I never want to step into a relationship and be treated like a cheater. I explained this to Danielle without referencing my past infidelity. She laughed and told me I deluded myself and that Sasha better keep her eye on me. Sasha came back and I excused myself and told Sasha I felt sick and wanted to go home. She wanted to stay and said I could just Uber. I Ubered home and watched some Netflix. Sasha came home a little tipsy and began to slyly ask if I came home immediately, or if I detoured. I asked her why she was being so distrustful as I felt I kept communications open to her and have not given her a reason to not believe me. She went silent then excused herself to go to bed. When I joined her she was on her laptop and slammed it shut when I entered the room. Today I'm fuming. I've done everything, I feel, I can to help alleviate any worries of cheating. I've done my best to be a better person than who I once was. I'm at a loss and don't know if this is a normal reaction when you date someone who once cheated. Is this worth salvaging with Sasha or should I just cut and run? Edit to answer my feelings with my current GF and the whole situation. I'm not sure if she's cheating or cheated, or what caused her sudden interest but I just kept rationalizing all of these things. Like maybe I wasn't honest enough so she needed to download a keylogger. Maybe I wasn't honest or open enough about Alma, so she pursued it. I'm not excusing her actions, I just kept hoping that I could make things better. Writing everything out makes it obvious I can't. And I'm going to break up with her. I don't think that's even a question in my mind anymore. I just feel incredibly paranoid about everything now. I'm afraid she's tracking my cell phone, my text messages, my computer. I'm posting this from my coworker's work laptop. So I need to plan my moves without her catching wind. Maybe I'm just overly paranoid, but I've never thought I'd have to deal with a situation like this. Edit 2 when talking about my past relationship with Alma. When Alma and I talked, we both reflected on that. In her words, she was kind of grateful I cheated because she thought we wouldn't have had the courage or reasons to break things off otherwise and would still be unhappy with each other. Part of me felt that the issues I was dealing with through Sasha was kind of karma for cheating. I think I did dilute our issues in hopes I could convince her that I'm not that person anymore.
Relevant comments. Chaos collected. Dude, run. This is so beyond okay. A keylogger? Texting people from your phone? You deserve someone who treats you based on your actions. You did something at a really bad time in your life that you regret and have bettered yourself from. Your past shouldn't be held against you.
OOP. It infuriated me that she texted Alma. I felt that it could have potentially dragged her into rehashing things about our past relationship that don't need to be. But Sasha just acted so baffled and confused. I for a moment believed that she didn't text them and had no clue about what I was talking about. Update. So I'm just going to sum things up because there's a lot of detail and it's great for long stories with friends, maybe not Reddit. Sasha told me she was going to visit her mother because there was a health emergency last week. I took her to the airport and immediately moved all essentials out of my place to a storage locker not far from it. I had my computer and phone scrubbed of key loggers and trackers. There were several on each. A good friend of mine offered me his spare room until a month is up, as I had to leave a 30-day written notice for Sasha in the apartment. I decided it would be best to wait until she got home to let her know we broke up to not distract from her family. The day before Sasha was supposed to fly back, I received an eerie Facebook message from Alma. Apparently for the past couple days her home had been messed with. Someone left gates open, tore through screen doors, broke a couple pots in yard, and she felt like she was being watched. She asked if there was any chance that I or Sasha was behind all of this. It pained me to say it, but part of me thought Sasha or Danielle might be, as I had no idea where Alma currently lived. I informed her about the key logger, the trackers, and other issues. Alma asked what kind of car I drove, as she had noticed the same car driving by several times and was now parked at the end of her block. It was not Sasha's vehicle or mine, so I assumed Danielle might be stalking Alma on Sasha's behalf while I was gone. Alma asked if I would come deal with this, as she was very upset to be involved involuntarily in this issue and to at least provide company so she wouldn't be home alone. She gave me her address and off I went. Come to find out, Sasha never boarded the plane. She bought a ticket and turned around as soon as I did. She rented a car and went to stalk Alma, probably in hopes to catch me going back to Alma, which in her eyes happened as soon as I showed up to Alma's place. I arrived and Sasha came bulldozing out of her rented car towards me. She kept screaming at me for cheating on her, that she knew I'd run back to that shut, that the second she was gone I couldn't keep my dick in my pants. Alma came out of her house at the sound of the screams and Sasha tried to sprint at her. Thankfully Alma was able to get back into her home and lock the door in time, while Sasha began to hurl things around her yard. The police arrived and took everyone aside for statements. Alma showed pictures of prior damage, photos of the car parked at the end of the block, Facebook messages between me, and I did the same. Surprisingly, it seemed that Sasha didn't deny any of it. She even admitted to stalking Alma's Facebook enough to determine where she lived based on photos. The worst moment was when they put Sasha into the police car. She looked me dead in the eye and told me that what she did for me and our love together. We will be together, she swears. The police officer apologized and said I should start looking into a restraining order ASAP. So that's what I've been doing this week. I think I want to be single for some time now.